All right, everybody sit down and we're going to start our lesson for today. Okay, so you know yesterday how we went over a different symbol of that is important to America. And so today we're going to continue talking about symbols. And remember, I told you that we're going to do a different symbol every day this week. And then on Friday, we're going to take our symbols assessment, which is our symbols test. And that is over all the symbols we've talked about this week. So today we're going to talk about the American flag. And our content objective is, I can identify and explain why the American flag is important. And our language objective is, for our listening, it will be, students will be able to listen to the story about the American flag and then verbally explain why the American flag is important. So, our listening objective means we are going to do a read aloud today, and then you will have to be able to tell me and talk about why the American flag is important. So then our reading language objective is, students will be able to read facts and descriptions about the American flag. So if there's any facts or anything posted anywhere, you will be able to read those. Our speaking language objective is, the students can verbally say the Pledge of Allegiance in the correct order. So you will be able to say and tell me the Pledge of Allegiance. And then our writing language objective is, the students will be able to write at least 3 things they have learned about the American flag in complete sentences. What does complete sentences mean? Yes, a capital letter and a ending mark. Very good. So Ms. Stevens is going to post our content objectives and our language objectives on the board like we always do. So there is our content and our language objectives. And I'm going to tell you everything that we're going to be doing today. And I will tell you in the order. So we're going to go over vocab like we always do. And then we're going to look at the pictures that are in the center of your table. 2, we are going to look at a real American flag. And we're going to count the stars and stripes on them. Then, like I told you earlier, we're going to read our book together about the American flag. So I'll have y'all all come sit over here and we will read the American flag book together. And then you will use your sentence strips. Ms. Stevens has already made some sentence strips with the words of the Pledge of Allegiance on them. And you will put them in order with your groups and your partners. And then we're going to create our own flag, and you will have to write 3 sentences, remember 3 complete sentences, about what you learned today with the American flag. And then, like I told you on Friday, we'll take our symbols assessment. So Ms. Stevens will post the order of today on the board. So in case y'all forget what to do next, you'll have it up here so you can look back at it. Oops. Miss Stevens dropped our paper. Y'all have the order of everything that we're going to be doing today on your desk as well. Yes, they're in the center of your table. So before we begin looking at our pictures, we're going to review important vocabulary words that we might need to use or we might need to know today to understand our lesson. So, if everybody will look up here at the board, please. We have all of our vocabulary words for today posted up here, and there is a copy on your desk as well in the center of your table. Okay, so our vocabulary for today, pledge. Pledge means a promise. Then we have allegiance, loyalty or a commitment. Republic, a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives. So, you know how we just went through our election and they elected a president. Well, that's the same thing in a republic. But we know that we live in the state of Texas, and we have representatives, which are people who are kind of in charge and get to represent Texas and sort of make our choices that everybody agrees on in the state of Texas. So, and then people get to elect them, just like the president. Then we have nation, a large amount of people that come together because they have things in common, such as descent, history, culture, or language. Then we have liberty, being free within society from certain restrictions. And then we have justice, behavior or treatment. So we'll talk a little bit more about those vocabulary words while we do our read aloud. And, but like I said, we'll keep our vocabulary words posted on our board, and you'll also have a copy in the middle of your tables. So, looking at our order of our things, we're gonna look at our pictures. So if everybody will grab the 4 pictures that are in the center of y'all's table, I want y'all all to look at those pictures for a moment with your group partners, your table group, and your partners at your table. And I want y'all to look at all 4 pictures. And I want y'all to discuss as a group what y'all see in each of these pictures. I'm going to give y'all just a couple minutes, and then we're going to pull up all the pictures on the screen, on the computer screen, and we will talk about it all together. So y'all get started. Make sure you give everybody a chance to discuss, and I want y'all to point out everything y'all see in those pictures. All right, now I want everybody to sit back down, and I want voice levels back at a 0. Now we're going to look at the pictures as an entire class. So everybody pull out this picture. Let's look at this one all together. And I want someone to raise their hand and tell me what they noticed about this picture. Yes, it is a classroom. So what do we typically see in a classroom? Yes, we have some desks right here. We have, yes, some windows. We have our books, we have our board, and we have our cubbies. What else do you see? Very good, the American flag. Let's look at this next one. What do we see here? What is this a picture of? Yes, it is a picture of a house. And does it look like a house we would see here in Lubbock? Sometimes, yeah, we could see a house like this. And what else do we see? Yes, very good. We see leaves on the ground. We see the trees. You also see an American flag in this picture too. Very good. Let's look at our next one. Everybody pull this picture out. Can anybody tell me what this is a picture of? Yes, it is a baseball game. So what do we see here at this baseball game? You see the field. Very good. You see some players. A big screen. Oh, yes, there is a cow. Is that the Chick-fil-A cow in the picture? Yes. Very good. And then, yes, you see some fans, some people. Very good. You do see buildings in the background. Okay. Very good. Now let's look at our next picture. Does anybody know what this picture is? Yes, it is a town. What do we see? It is a place in town. What do we see in this picture? Yes, we see people walking. Do lots of people walk here in Lubbock? Sometimes, but look at how many people are walking in this photo. So do you think this is a picture of here in Lubbock? No. What else do you see? Very good. You see tall buildings. Do we have tall buildings like that? We have a couple, but nothing that big. And if you look, you see multiple buildings that are that big. Very good. You see street lights. You see these lights. Very good. And you see a car. What else do y'all see? Yep, you see some more lights. You see big lights right here. Yeah, you see signs. Very good. So, after looking at all of our pictures, what is something that they all have in common? You're right, there was an American flag in each picture. I'm going to go back to this one because nobody pointed it out in this one. But does everybody see our American flag? Yes, at football games and baseball games, you normally do see your American flag. And then at this one, look right here. There's your American flags once again. Very good. So, now that we've looked at our pictures, we're now going to look at American flag. Which I know we've all seen American flags because we see them every day in our classroom. But here is our American flag, and we're going to look at it. And I want to, can anybody guess how many stripes are on here? 10? Maybe so. What about how many stars do y'all think we have looking at our flag? Maybe 20 or 30? Very good. Well, let's go ahead and count our, let Miss Stevens hang this on the board really quickly. Or we'll just set it up here for just a moment. Yes, so let's look at our American flag. Let's count our stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 stripes on our flag. Very good. Are they all the same color? No. There is some white and some red. Very good. Do we have the same number of each? Let's count how many red stripes we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 red stripes. Let's count our white ones now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 6 white ones and 7 red ones. So, and we have 13 of them all together. Very good. Okay, and I asked y'all just a second ago, how many stars did y'all think were on the flag? And someone said about 20, someone else said 25, and then someone said 30. So I'm going to have a volunteer come up here and count the stars, and I want y'all to count them with her. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We have 50 stars on our American flag. That is so many. Thank you for helping me count. So now that we've looked at our flag, we know that we have 13 stripes. We have 7 red and 6 white. And we have 50 stars. We have 50 stars on our flag. So I want everyone to very quietly come gather around Miss Stevens' chair. Like we always do, sit in your spot, please, on the carpet. And we're going to read our story for the day. Everybody, I want voice levels at a 0, please. And let's look at our American flag book. So, our book is called The American Flag by Patricia Ryan. So let's learn about our American flag today. Look right here. What is this right here? What is this first page called? Yes, our contents. And can anybody remind me what our contents are? Yes, it is telling you an overview of what the book is about and what page it starts on. Very good. Okay. A symbol of freedom. The American flag is a symbol of freedom. It stands for the land, the people, and the government of the United States. Nicknames for the American flag are Old Glory, the Stars and Stripes, and the Star-Spangled Banner. The people of the United States are proud of their flag and the country for which it stands. Flags and their history. Long ago, before flags were made of cloth, people made flag-like symbols out of different materials. Wood, stone, metal, and even animal skins were used. These symbols were called standards. They were placed on top of spears or poles and carried into battle. They were also used as symbols of land ownership. Historians, people who study the past, believe that the first flag to stand for a country was the flag of Denmark, a white cross on a red background. So they're saying that this was the very first flag that they made to represent a country, and they said it was Denmark. Does that look like our flag? No. So I'm thinking that each country has a different flag. Look at all these different flags right here. Are any of those ours? No, they're not. Okay, so let's keep reading. In 1219, Denmark's king Valdemar saw a white cross in the red sky just before he won a battle. Also, in the 1200s, England used a flag called St. George's Cross. It had a simple design, a red cross on a white background. That one was St. George's Cross, which was the red cross on the white background. Scotland, a country to the north of England, had a flag called St. Andrew's Cross. That cross was white, but it was shaped like an X. The background of the flag was blue. So that is it right there. In 1606, these two flags merged or joined because England and Scotland had united under King James I in 1603. So let's look at that word merged or joined. So that means that they came together. So they combined both of the flags. Yes. The new flag was called the Union Jack. It became the first official flag of Great Britain. In the early days, Great Britain ruled the American colonies. Early American flags. The colony of Virginia was founded in North America in 1607 by English settlers. They claimed the land for Great Britain and flew the Union Jack. In time, more colonies were settled along the Atlantic coast. Soon, there were 13, all ruled by Great Britain. The Union Jack flew over these colonies for about 150 years. During the 1700s, the colonies grew angry with Great Britain. The British government wanted too much control over them. It taxed the colonists on many goods such as sugar and tea. The colonists wanted freedom from British rule. They wanted to make their own laws. What is laws? Yes, they are rules that everybody has to follow. The Revolutionary War began in 1775. It was fought between Great Britain and 13 colonies. In 1776, the colonists declared their independence from Britain. What does independence mean? They declared their independence from Britain. Very good. Yes, they became independent, which they then became all by themselves. Very good. So they broke away from Britain and decided that they were not part of Britain anymore. In the early days of the war, many different flags were made in the colonies. Some colonists used pine trees on their banners as a symbol of hardness or strength. Others sewed rattlesnakes on their flags with the words, "Don't tread on me." So that's the one they're talking about. It has the snake. A new flag. The new law stated that the flag would have 13 red and white stripes and 13 white stars on a blue background. So this is what they're talking about. They said 13 red and white stripes, but 13 stars on a blue background. Does that look like our American flag? No, that doesn't look like our American flag. Does our American flag have 13 red and white stripes? Yes, we know that because we just counted them. So let's keep reading. The stripes and stars stood for the 13 colonies. There were no rules about how many points the stars should have or how the stars should be placed. Some flags were made with 5-pointed stars and others were made with 6-pointed stars. On some flags, the stars were set in rows, while on others, they were set in circles. Some flags had 7 red stripes, some had 6. The red, white, and blue colors of the flag were symbols too. So we know that our stripes are a part of our American and our stars are a part of our American flag. And now each color is a special part and a special symbol of our American flag. So let's see. Red stood for courage. So our red was for courage. White stood for purity or goodness. And then our blue stood for justice. Who made the first stars? Who made the first flag with stars and stripes? No one knows for sure. The best known tale is the one about Betsy Ross. According to the story, George Washington and 2 other men went to the house of Betty Ross in Philadelphia in June 1776. They asked her to make a new flag for the United States. She looked at their sketches and changed only one thing. She changed the number of points on the stars from 6 to 5. Betsy Ross's myth. The well-known story about Betsy Ross meeting with George Washington to make the first official flag is very popular among school children. Although Betsy Ross was a flag maker, most historians doubt the truth of this story. So, we're not sure who actually made the first American flag, but we know that George Washington helped make the design. We just don't know who made it. So, most historians do not believe Betty Ross made the first Stars and Stripes. Records do show, however, that Betsy was paid for making a flag for the Pennsylvania Navy in May 1777. Another person who claimed he made the first Stars and Stripes was a New Jersey man named Francis Hopkins. He had signed the Declaration of Independence. Hopkins sent a letter to Congress to be paid for his flag design, but Congress did not pay him. They felt that many other people had helped design the new flag. We will probably never know who created the first official flag of the United States. The important thing is that Americans honor their flag. One special day to do this is on Flag Day, celebrated every year on June 4th. We have a special day to remember our flag and honor it. Changes in the flag. So we know they've already made changes in the flag because the first American flag does not look like our American flag now. So let's keep reading. The United States of America grew quickly by 1794. Vermont and Kentucky had also joined the Union. These states wanted to be represented on the flag too. So in 1795, a new flag was made with 15 stars and 15 stripes. Do we have 15 stars and 15 stripes now? No. How many stripes do we have? You're right, we have 13. So they changed it. How many stars do we have? We counted all of them. Yes, we have 50. Let's keep reading. The second official flag of the United States was used